Cut the...
Welcome back. Cut them giblets loose.
Cut them giblets loose.
Okay, we are making African chicken peanut stew. Have you had it? We haven't either. So we're going to try it
Miss
today.
Kelly, look what they wrote in there for us, though.
What is it? Okay. All right, so this is a very old West African recipe, but this specific version is from Nigeria. Okay, we're learning some stuff, too.
We're getting cultured. Very
cool. But now, these thighs have some little giblet pieces on them, and those are kind of, you know, I think I might do some cutting on those just to make sure everything gets...
I'm so sorry to ask you this one more time. Can you tell me what I'm putting in right now?
Yeah, that is tomato sauce.
And then I add the spices and the bouillon next?
1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper and the bouillon package. And then you will add 2 cups of chicken stock.
Okay.
All right.
I just didn't know, I couldn't remember what order that was in.
Yes. And this is looking good. Yeah, see, this is, oh, look, the inside is really not getting too done. Well, that's why I just kind of thought it'd be better to cut it, but. Okay, I need a fork. Maybe I can hang on to it with that.
Just 1 teaspoon, you said, right?
Yes, 1 teaspoon, and then you can add the chicken stock. It's just that it has so many layers. It's not like a flat chicken breast, so it's not laying flat in the pan, which makes it not really absorb all the heat. You know what I'm saying?
I get you. I smell what you're cooking.
You smell what I'm cooking?
I smell it, and it smells amazing.
Yes.
And I'm loving what I'm smelling.
Yes. But I do prefer the dark meat. And you do too, don't you?
I gravitate toward the dark meat at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody else want it.
No.
So I'll take it.
It has a lot of flavor. And you know, when we get ready to put some stuff in, and if there are some pieces that are not finished, I will just put the done pieces in. But there you go. You're
making my sauce.
Stew. I'm glad I didn't use that big pot because I was going to at first.
Making my stew.
Making your stew.
In a room with a view.
We don't have a view in here too much.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of a view, though, you know something? I used to work on cruise ships. So, they didn't have TikTok when I worked on cruise ships, but a lot of cruise ship employees now are...
Can you hold on to that pan?
Yes. Sorry. A lot of employees are making TikToks about cruise ship life, which I so identify with. Well, one of the ships, I think it's Royal Caribbean, their crew areas, you know, are below water, so there's no windows.
Oh,
You know what they did? They put giant TV screens built into the wall down there. And
that look like the sea.
Like the sea.
Oh, that's great.
So you feel like you can
that's good.
see what outside is like. Isn't that great?
That is great. That's a great idea. I have a friend, my friend Carol and her husband Peter, who are incredible magicians. They might be here in the area performing next year. I'm not going to give all that out. But gosh, we have a history. We've done so many shows together. And she, like you said, cruise life is not the lush life that you think when you're living on the ship and you are working. You know, they're like, you see all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, seriously.
I should write a book.
Yeah.
I want to get together with some friends and write a book because the stories we have combined is like insane. Like,
no, I mean, well, I shouldn't talk about what I was getting ready to talk about while we're eating. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, probably.
But I'm saying, too, though, is like, even when I worked on the cruise ship, my family was like, oh, my gosh, you got it made. Oh, you're so lucky. And blah, blah, blah.
Did your family ever come with you?
Yeah,
oh,
several times. And luckily, when I worked for Carnival at the time, I don't know if they still do it, we had a friends and family discount.
Yeah.
So they would get it for a discounted rate.
Right.
And they would come, and they would love it. But I was like...
I'm really surprised that you did that just because how you feel about water and the whole thing. And I was offered a 6-month contract on a ship, and I just did not want to do it.
You know, I wanted to do it for the experience of it. And then once I was on the ship, it's so massive, sometimes I forgot I was on the ship.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You could be on a big one, but I've ridden on one that was, like Dave was playing, and I went along as a guest, which was better, because then you didn't have to feel like you had to perform all the time.
Yeah.
But it was so small that you, like when they were performing, you were thrown from this side to that side.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've told you, too, with the production shows we were in, like, I would love, because we'd have the jazz bar and the jazz band in the bar, but our shows were the production shows with dancing and singing. But we had 3 different versions of the same show, depending on the weather.
Oh.
Because if the ship was too rocky, you can't do certain things.
No. You can't
like
be
the set pieces would be moving.
I understand. That makes sense.
So we had to learn 3 different versions of the shows, depending on
Isn't that interesting?
the weather.
Yeah, that does make sense. I don't know. I love water, but I respect it. It's so powerful. And the ocean, you know, the ocean is just, I don't love to be out on the ocean. I love to be on the beach. That ain't my house.
No.
You know the
ma'am.
whole story.
I know it. I'm with you.
That is not my home.
That ain't my home.
That ain't my
I
home.
did find a video, too, of this guy who was talking about the deepest parts of the ocean, and he was showing how deep certain parts are.
Yeah.
And it got to parts I had to change it because it scared me so bad, this video, because I'm just like, I can't even think about that. And what might be down there.
Oh, I know. Have you seen the videos of people in these little bitty boats and there's a big whale swimming under them? Now listen, that creature could actually come up under that boat and not mean to hurt anybody.
But
woo, that's something.
I mean, I'm just remembering my Bible stories, and I know what happens with that whale.
I'm going to tell you, that's happened more than once. I heard somebody tell me a real story about a guy who actually was a diver and ended up in the mouth of a whale.
I believe it.
I know you guys think I'm crazy, but he says he's a true story.
He
got out alive. He got out alive.
With a creature that big? Are you kidding me? Come on now.
They can't tell what they're swallowing. What they're swallowing, you know? All right, how's that looking over there?
This is getting good. It's simmering.
All right.
And then what is next?
Now.
So after the chicken is done, do we put chicken in that?
Did you put the juice in there?
Yes.
Okay, that's
all. It's got the juice.
It's got the juice. All right. I think the next step is just to put this in there and let it soak up the flavors, but I'm going to make sure that it's soaked up everything in here first.
Okay.
So we'll probably...
Actually, when you think about it, when you break this down, very simple.
It is very simple.
Very simple recipe.
Here's the thing, though. I'm just thinking how much of, you know, are you going to eat that big chunk in your bowl? I mean, it's a soup.
That is a very...
I don't know how to eat it. That's the thing. I brought spoons, but we're only going to get that.
Because I almost feel like you need a fork.
I do too.
With that, can I see that picture one more time over there?
See in the corner, they're pieces that are together.
Yeah, it's very large pieces.
That's what's different, but I think that's maybe the difference in the cultures and stuff, you know?
But maybe it's so tender it just falls apart. I don't know.
See, there's a little bit.
There's a little bit.
There's a little bit's not done there.
You know what, though? I'll get salmonella for the show. I'll do it for you guys.
See, I'm not making this up, guys. There's some red in there. You saw it, didn't you?
Well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting there. I think it's gonna have to cook all through the next commercial.
I do too. And then when we come back, we can put it in the pot.
Put it in the pot and cut the giblets off.
Or maybe I'll just go ahead
and cube it.
Since we don't know how to eat it.
Right. Guys, we're not changing the recipe. We're just making it easier for us to eat.
Yeah.
I promise.
No salt.
Wait, where do the peanuts come in?
We'll be back, guys. Right.
Where are the peanuts? We'll be back. Where are the peanuts?
Oh, peanut butter.
Oh, peanut butter.